to your presentation, I will break from the video. Okay. That way I can focus on you guys. So, we are ready.
Good morning, everyone. I want to talk to you about something that will likely shape the rest of our lives and future. I'm just kidding. But you see how easy that is. We just wrote a 1,600-word essay in MLA format in a matter of seconds. I think that's why 56% of students admit to using AI search engines according to commonsensemedia.org. So what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be telling you exactly why AI isn't all sunshine and rainbows. And what I mean by this is that negatives outweigh the positives when talking about the future of AI. Our research question is artificial intelligence a threat to humanity? We're going to be looking at 3 different lenses to help you guys be persuaded of our side. And those 3 lenses are
educational and ethical,
social and cultural,
and the futuristic lens. To start this presentation, Emily's going to highlight the ethical lens of AI, focusing mainly on the education department.
Imagine a world where learning is personalized, engaging, and accessible for everyone. Now imagine an educational experience where there is no human interaction, no personal connections, and no personalization. This is the future of artificial intelligence. While AI offers significant advancements in education, its future integration may lead to major downfalls, including increased student dependency on technology, diminished human interaction, and loss of job opportunities. As we dive deeper into the logistics of artificial intelligence, I would like to define the meaning of this following term: artificial intelligence. Looking at the definition of AI, we see that Oxford Languages describes it as the theory and development of computer systems able to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence, such as visual perception, speech recognition, decision-making, and translation between languages. Let me demonstrate just for you just how convenient and impersonal AI is for our upcoming generations. While the rapid advancement of artificial intelligence promises efficiency and innovation, its integration into education raises profound concerns that merit careful scrutiny. The following analysis explores the detrimental effects of AI may impose on the learning process, critical thinking development, and the overall integration of the academic environments. As you could probably tell, that was not my brain that thought of that. But it would get me a good grade, right? This is a problem that children in our education systems are facing every single day. They have access to the entire internet at their fingertips. Today, we will see just what effects this artificial intelligence has on our education system. We will explore both the negatives and the positives of AI, while ultimately showing you what downsides we face as a society if AI is not used correctly. As stated by the University of Illinois, AI offers students instantaneous and detailed feedback on their work, helping them see their strengths and weaknesses. Such feedback enhances understanding and learning outcomes, and helps teachers know what to focus on in their future lessons. Although this may be true, due to the consequences of increased dependency, truly benefit our children more than it ultimately harms them. An article done by the University of the People, they had the same question as we had. So they did their own research. They found in a study done by Penn State, 77% said that society as a whole relied too much on technology to succeed in school. As a counter-argument, in a study survey done by Inside Higher Ed, found that fewer than half, 47%, said that they don't need AI to succeed in school. After looking at the statistics done by these two counter-opposing sides, we can clearly see that there's a 30% difference in students who depend on artificial intelligence to succeed in school. The children in the upcoming generation in the education system are so heavily dependent on artificial intelligence that they might as well just not even have a teacher in the classroom, right? Wouldn't that make sense? If our students are so dependent on technology, with projections that AI could potentially replace 800 million jobs worldwide by 2030, it's no wonder the teachers are brimming with anticipation. No teacher wants to lose their job due to the fact that AI has taken over 3.7 million of the 800 million jobs for teachers. Now, although this may seem like a small percentage, imagine a world where there is no personal interaction with your teacher. This leads me to my next point. Personal interaction between a student and their teacher is a crucial part of the learning process. I experienced this personally during COVID. With little to no personal interactions with my classmates or teachers, my motivation and success when it came to completing work dropped drastically. It hindered my overall understanding and comprehension of the topic we were learning about. A quarter of parents, 27%, said that their children had to do schoolwork on a cell phone. 16% said that their child was unable to complete schoolwork due to a lack of computers at home. And another 14% said their child had to use public Wi-Fi to finish their schoolwork due to the fact that there was no reliable connection at home. These are examples of what happened during the COVID-19 pandemic. This is what our future could look like if we allow artificial intelligence to take over our jobs for the teachers in the United States. Now, some may argue that their child learns better from a computer. My argument to this claim is simply one question: how did they learn this information? Their response would be from a video or from an article that they researched. Reading off of a screen allows for no personal interactions. According to a study done by the National Institute of Mental Health, an estimated 9.1% of adolescents had social anxiety disorder. If we allow our children to remain glued to a screen where little to no personal interaction with people is involved, we might as well just get used to that number getting higher and higher. You may be thinking to yourself, if artificial intelligence has all of these negative effects on our kids, there has to be some good to AI, right? This leads me to providing you with useful and helpful information about providing education on how to use artificial intelligence in the classroom and how it would benefit society. Artificial intelligence not only can pretty much answer any question that you ask it, but it can also statistically search the internet for any information that you may need. If you need to proofread the paper that you wrote for English class, you can throw it into ChatGPT, and it would show you just how many mistakes it detected and advise you how to correct them. When using AI, we can use it in a beneficial way. By allowing for AI education classes, we could decrease the amount of overuse and misuse of this platform. If we could simply show these kids how to use AI correctly, we might avoid problems like children developing social anxiety disorder due to the lack of personal interaction, loss of jobs if AI takes over the school, corporations, and children becoming overly dependent on technology. Our problem as a society is that we don't know how to use AI, teach kids how to use AI. When AI is used correctly, we may see our world thrive. But until then, we will continue to see the negative effects on our upcoming generations. While AI offers significant advancements in education, its future integration may lead to major downfalls, including increased dependency on technology, diminished human interaction, and loss of job opportunities. Therefore, this is why I believe that artificial intelligence is a threat to our society if not used properly. As we've seen the risk of AI not only in our education system, but how it affects jobs and our ethical foundations. But like any powerful tool, AI is not inherently good or bad. Its impact depends on how we choose to use it. To explore this idea further, especially through the lens of social and cultural change, Levi will address how AI is reshaping our relationships, communities, and cultural values, for better or for worse, and why understanding these shifts is crucial to guiding AI's role in humanity.
Thank you, Emily, for outlining the ethical side of AI. Now, let's transition to Levi's section, which is he's going to talk about the social and cultural perspective of artificial intelligence.
Thank you, Colin. Now that Emily has demonstrated many different positive and negative effects artificial intelligence has on education and ethics aspect, I would now like to give you guys some more positives and negatives on how artificial intelligence is affecting our society and our cultural beliefs. Artificial intelligence promises to reshape our world, offering solutions to problems we once thought were impossible to achieve. But like any powerful tool, artificial intelligence comes with its own set of challenges and potential dangers. Today, we'll explore both the outstanding benefits and the unsettling drawbacks of artificial intelligence, ultimately arguing that its negative aspects pose a significant threat to our society more than the positive side of it. Let's begin by acknowledging the incredible potential of artificial intelligence. In healthcare, artificial intelligence algorithms can analyze medical images with greater accuracy than humans, leading to earlier diagnosis and more effective treatments. Artificial intelligence-powered robots can assist in surgeries, enhancing in precision and reducing recovery times. According to PMC.gov, artificial intelligence is used daily in many areas of modern healthcare, from the online scheduling service for appointments to drug interaction warnings when physicians prescribe multiple medications to research development. In transportation, self-driving cars promise to reduce accidents and improve traffic flow, making our roads safer and more efficient. Artificial intelligence is also revolutionizing industries like manufacturing, where robots can automate repetitive tasks, increasing productivity and reducing costs. A social study from urban.gov states that most of U.S. transit providers face significant financial challenges and struggle to fund services that are unlikely to return to or maintain pre-pandemic levels. Addressing this issue will require substantial intervention, such as major gains in efficiency potential offered by artificial intelligence integration, or greatly increased state-level political backing. Moreover, artificial intelligence is helping us tackle climate change by optimizing energy consumption, developing new sustainable technologies. According to weforum.org, the 5 key impacts that artificial intelligence has on climate change are transforming complex systems, accelerating discovery and innovation, driving behavioral change, improving climate and policy modeling, and enhancing adaptation and resilience. These are just a few examples of how artificial intelligence can improve our lives and create a better society. Now that we have spoken more about the positive impacts that artificial intelligence has had on society, I would like to dive deeper into the negative effects it has on our society and cultural beliefs. As we transition more into the capabilities of artificial intelligence, a darker side emerges. The very features that make artificial intelligence so promising also present significant risks. One of the most pressing concerns of artificial intelligence is job displacement. I know that Emily spoke on this in her educational aspect, and Colin will be talking about it as well after me in his future lens. But artificial intelligence is not just affecting jobs in the educational or futuristic standpoint, but in every branch of society job-wise. As artificial intelligence-powered machines become more capable, they threaten to replace human workers in a wide range of industries, leading to mass unemployment and economic inequality. A 2013 study from the University of Oxford speculated that nearly 47% of U.S. jobs could be automated by AI over the following 2 decades. Also, the Future of Jobs Global Report of 2025 shows that employers expect 39% key skills required in the job market will change by 2030. Imagine a world where truck drivers, factory workers, and even white-collar professionals are rendered unnecessary by artificial intelligence. An additional concern for society and everyday in artificial intelligence is how it is reducing human connections. Artificial intelligence is growing rapidly every day, and some people find AI to be a companion or friend. For example, some companion AIs that people use every day are Siri, Google Assistant, and others like Snapchat AI and all the different AIs that are now on Instagram. AI will stand in between people as a personal gathering will no longer be needed for communication. I would also like to define a term, which is LLM. LLM stands for Large Language Model, which is a program that can recognize and generate text, among other tasks, credited by SAP.com. This is important to know for the certain question I'm going to ask you. Over time, will we prefer the LLM AI that is correct in every aspect if done correctly, or do we go with the more natural, genuine human connection type of feel in the future? I surely hope that we stay in the human connection aspect, because who knows what can happen in the future if we go to AI for our decisions and everything else in our lives. PMC.gov stated that human closeness will be gradually diminishing as AI will replace the need for people to meet face-to-face for idea exchange. This will definitely lead to less human connection in the coming future and short-term aspects as well, which could really affect our lives in the long term. Furthermore, the dependency on technology due to the rapidly accelerating use of artificial intelligence raises profound ethical questions. Should machines be allowed to make life or death decisions without human intervention? There are chances of diminishing critical thinking skills if users in society depend too much on our artificial intelligence and the technology that is included in it. Also, if we depend on artificial intelligence too much, we as humans could be manipulated by the information in those aspects of life. According to PewResearch.org, 60% of Americans stated that they feel more reliant on technology because of the trending amount of artificial intelligence advancements. Now, this could be a good thing or bad thing, but I personally believe that it is more harmful than helpful. Life is always advancing, but we as humans are already kind of lazy enough, and we will just get more lazy relying on computers to do our daily tasks, which will not affect society in a positive manner. The potential for unintended consequences and the risk of escalating conflicts are simply too great. In this speech, we talked about some key positives that AI can have on society, including healthcare, transportation, and climate change, which also could have negative effects as well, just as the negative effects could have positive effects. We then spoke a little more in depth about the negative aspects of what artificial intelligence is doing to society and culture. These three main points were job displacement, reducing human connections, and lastly, how it is making us more dependent on technology. In conclusion, while artificial intelligence offers many potential benefits, we must not turn a blind eye to its negative impacts. The risks of job displacement, less human-to-human interaction, and dependency on technology are real and present a clear danger to our society. It is crucial that we proceed with caution, carefully considering the ethical implications of artificial intelligence and implementing safeguards to prevent its misuse. I would now like to shift my role over to Colin, where he will speak on how AI is going to affect us in a futuristic manner. But first, I would like to say we must prioritize human well-being over technological advancement, ensuring that artificial intelligence serves humanity rather than the other way around. The future of artificial intelligence depends on the choices we make today. AI is affecting our society and cultural beliefs in a negative way and could get worse if we don't do anything about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Levi, for outlining and giving us a better understanding of how AI will come to affect our social and cultural perspectives. Now Colin will expand off of both of our points while also explaining how AI affects our future.
Emily and Levi both make great points regarding AI today, but have you ever thought about AI in the future? Imagine a world where machines decided your career, graded your children, watched your every move. Sounds a little bit like a sci-fi movie, but what if I told you this nightmarish future is a lot closer than you think? And it's caused by it's fueled by the cause of artificial intelligence. So, AI promises to solve all of our problems, whether it's climate change, diseases, but at what cost? Will it truly liberate us, or will it enslave us to algorithms and automation? These questions arise when we're talking about AI in the future, which is my section. So in my section, I'm going to be giving you guys multiple hypotheticals, because unlike Emily and Levi's points, I don't have accurate statistics to perfectly predict the future. But what I do have are trends. According to Merriam-Webster, a trend is a general direction in which something is developing or changing. So what I'm doing is I'm taking data we have today and I'm making a projection as to what it might look like in the future. So my 3 points are as follows. First, I'm going to take one of Emily's points, AI in the classroom. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand that in the futuristic lens. Similarly, I'm going to take Levi's point of job displacement, and I'm going to expand that one as well. And lastly, I'll form a thought of my own, and I'll talk about privacy concerns. First, let's reiterate a little bit about Emily said in AI in the classrooms. She shortly mentions robots with the potential to take over teachers. And you guys in the crowd are probably thinking, that's ridiculous. It's not. If I told someone 50 years ago what we're doing now, they wouldn't believe me either. A concerning trend is that the increasing use of AI-driven assessment tools, which, according to National Education Policy Center, often prioritize standardized testing metrics over holistic evaluation of student understanding and creativity. This shift causes a narrow curriculum, focusing on easily justifiable skills at the expense of critical thinking and problem-solving abilities that are crucial for long-term success. we're talking about AI in the classroom. One of the most significant dangers of AI in the classroom is potential for less human interaction and the breaking down of essential skills. It is absolutely crucial that we find a balance leveraging benefits of AI and preserving the human element in education. In 2025, we find that students' use of AI has surged in the last year, up to a whopping 92%, up from 66% from last year, according to HEPI.org. So, we talked about AI in the classrooms, and we expanded that in the futuristic lens. So let's transition over to Levi's point, which is job displacement, and do the same thing to his point. So Levi spoke after Emily regarding some jobs being taken away by AI, and by some, I mean millions. Again, we don't know this info for sure, but with these trends, which are based on data today, we can get a pretty good idea of what it may look like. According to explodingtopics.org, 14% of all workers have been displaced by their jobs from AI. Displaced meaning taken over from, according to Merriam-Webster. Another eye-popping statistic is that from CEPR.org, around 47% of total U.S. employment is at risk of losing jobs to automation. 47%, that's a lot of jobs. And this is over the next decade. So I leave you with this. Think about what you want to do after high school. If it involves AI in any way, you might want to consider changing jobs, because you probably won't have a job long. So now that I've expanded Emily's point and Levi's point, I guess I'll come up with my own point, which is privacy concerns. Our privacy is extremely important, and by the rapid advancement of AI, that privacy is in serious risk. Before I elaborate on any further, what exactly is AI privacy? Well, according to IPM.com, AI privacy is a practice of protecting personal or sensitive information collected, used, or shared by artificial intelligence. So, when talking about AI privacy, there's two main points I want to cover. And these 2 points include use of data without permission and data leakage. So let's start with use of data without permission. This is basically when someone's information is used for something other than initially intended or without permission. Stanford University had an interview with Jennifer King, member of Stanford University Institute for Human-Centered Artificial Intelligence, and she said this in her interview. She said, received data such as resume or photograph that we shared or posted for one purpose, being totally repurposed for AI training systems, often without our knowledge or consent. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is a violation of our civil rights. And using common sense, it's not going away anytime soon. So this leads me to my next one, which is data leakage. And this is the one I'm most worried about, because I don't want my data leaked, and neither do you. What is it? Well, just like it sounds, data leakage is when an internal party or source exposes sensitive data, usually an accident, according to Fortinet.com. Often, these data leakages can lead to data breaches. Listen to this statistic. In the last year, 77% of businesses have experienced a breach of their AI, per EO&EO.com. As AI becomes more dominant, do you think this percentage will increase or decrease? Increase. Now that we've discussed the two main privacy concerns, you guys should understand that our privacy is in serious jeopardy when talking about the rapid advancements of artificial intelligence. I want to ask you guys a question, for all you novel fans. Have you ever heard or read the book 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea? I would assume not. It's a novel written by Jules Verne in 1870, and in this novel, Jules Verne predicts and envisions a world where submarines will be all electric, capable of traveling miles and miles underwater without the needing to resurface. So, who cares? Why am I telling you this? Well, people are predicting the future of AI right now, just as Jules Verne did in 1870 with 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And as you can tell, he's right. There's about 500 submarines under the water as I'm speaking right now. So that was perfect. And what I'm concerned about is that people predicting AI today are also going to be on point. To wrap this up, while AI offers exciting possibilities, we cannot ignore the downsides. Potential harm to education, widespread loss of jobs, and significant threats to society paint a concerning picture. As we move forward, it is crucial to develop AI responsibly, focusing on strict regulations and ethical guidelines to protect the future from these risks. If what I said in the last 8 to 10 minutes hasn't persuaded you that AI is dangerous in the future, I don't know what will. So next time you use AI, please think about what the future may hold. Thank you.
Thank you, Colin, for showing us a great perspective on why AI is harmful to humanity on the futuristic side. Ladies and gentlemen, as we stand at the crossroads of innovation and identity, we should ask ourselves, do the effects of AI have more negative or positive consequences? AI, once being a more dream and vision for our society, has now shaped every aspect of our world today. But amidst everything that AI has offered our world, Emily, Colin, and I have explored the darker side of AI that currently affects our society. In my speech, we explored the rising impact of artificial intelligence and its harmful effects on our social and cultural world. I discussed job displacement due to automation, the decline in human interaction as we rely more on AI, and our increasing dependency on technology, which threatens essential skills, critical thinking, and cultural traditions.
We looked at how, in education, AI threatens the very concept of learning. These algorithms now dictate personalized curriculums, automated grading, and offer answers without actually fostering any type of understanding of the topic. Critical thinking, creativity, and human interaction are the most important pillars that keep our education as a personal experience.
And in my speech, we discussed the future of AI. Focusing on its negative impacts, it highlighted how AI threatens job opportunities by automating roles once held by humans, raises serious privacy concerns through data and surveillance, and explores the downsides to AI in the classroom.
According to ChatGPT, this is how they suggested we should close this speech. Now, after exploring the educational lens, social and cultural, and the futuristic lens, I want to leave you with the question, is AI actually a threat to our humanity? And to this, we say absolutely. But the ultimate question is up for you to decide. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Levi, in what way did you improve your ability to work with a group as a result of this project?
I feel like we all have to bring our own perspectives and how we feel about AI and if it's positive or negative.
Okay. Emily, having finished your project, what, if anything, do you consider to be a gap in your team's research that, if addressed, would make you feel more confident about your conclusion?
I would say if we kind of all have the same perspective on everything, I think if we expanded that and made it a little bit more broad and had a different perspective, I think that would make it a little easier to make a decision.
Okay. And Colin, describe an argument from one of your peers' individual reports that made you think differently about your team's solution or conclusion.
Absolutely. So I think the ethical lens, I think both of them are very valuable to our argument, but overall, I think Emily's point with ethical really shows in perspective how dangerous this could be when it comes to students and schools. But I'm not going to discredit Levi's point. I think that's also very valuable, equally valuable, because job displacement is what is ultimately going to be a threat to AI.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Do you guys have any questions for them?
How long did it take you guys to prepare all this? How long, what kind of, was it forever or you lost
Couple
track?
minutes.
A couple minutes.
Oh yeah, you just Googled it in a day.
Hopefully we have done better, Ms. Hart.
What's that?
Hopefully we have done better.
Oh my gosh, you guys were amazing. Honestly, I think you all have careers in some sort of telecommunications of some sort. So you need to keep it up.
Is it 9 minutes or 10 minutes? What's the time?